Hello, everybody, and thanks so much for joining us, tuning in today. We're in Birmingham at Printwear Promotion. I'm Debbie McKeegan, CEO of Texintel, and it is fantastic to be with Grant Cooke from
Epson Europe.
Europe. And we're on the EMEA stand. Goodness, surrounded by so much technology, aren't we?
Certainly are. A lot of direct film.
A lot of direct-to-film. So, a lot going on in this industry. So, first of all, tell us about the trajectory so far of these D to F machines for Epson, really, because you started off with a baby, and what do we have here?
Yeah, so Epson started off in the direct film market by having the DTG machines, where we enabled a direct film mode, so you could print onto sheets. And then from there, we saw the market keep growing and growing, and that's where we launched the G9000. It's our first true roll-to-roll printer.
Yeah.
So that had a 900mm print width, utilised large capacity ink pouches, which met a lot of the market demands.
Yep.
And then we've just launched the G9000 because we're seeing the market just keep growing and growing, and people are now looking for wider media width or really high production.
Yeah, so incredible, taken incredible traction, hasn't it? Really,
Definitely
and it's got so far to go. You're right at the beginning of this journey, aren't you? So tell us about the new machine then. What are we? Where are we? We're printing at a wide width.
Yeah, so on the G9000, we've really built on the success of the G6000. So we're carrying a lot of the parts over. So the inks are the same.
Yeah.
But what we're doing now is we've got a wider print width, so up to 64 inches wide. And we've got a new print head. So the actual print head itself, the bandwidth is twice that of the G6000.
Okay.
Which means that productivity is over twice what you could get out of that machine. So we're going wider, but also much more productivity.
You're going wider, and you're also going faster, aren't you, here? Which is exactly what the marketplace needs. And I think the other great thing is that these machines are running independently, aren't they? There is an operator at the beginning, but they're quite happy to tick along all on their own.
Yeah, exactly. So that's one of the key features of the Epson printer, is that so little maintenance from the user. So the machines all have built-in automated maintenance, whether that be on the G9000 or the G6000. So it'll have automated maintenance cycles, and you can see on the screen when it will next need to do a clean. Wow. It has things like white ink auto circulation. So the white ink can continuously circulate even while it's printing. So that again avoids downtime, which can happen when you have ink sedimentation.
Well, yeah, and those were the early challenges, weren't they? Where we roll this technology back, not necessarily, across the industry. It's not specific to Epson. It's across the industry. Those were the challenges. So I guess as we build market segmentation and we build speed, it's driving the technology to new heights, isn't it? Really, with new hybrid iterations, I suppose, as well.
Yeah, that's right. So we're seeing the market continuously grow in terms of productivity.
Yeah.
We're going to see where that goes in the future and keep expanding our range depending on what the market requires. But at the minute, it seems to be all about productivity. We're trying to take on areas of the market that were covered by analog production, so taken away from some of the screen print markets. And so we're going to see where direct film takes us.
That's great. I think it's also really important, just before we finish, sorry, a little bit of background noise going here, just before we finish, to point out as well that, the machines are not running in isolation. They're part of a bigger workflow. And what's really important is the technology that is paired with them. I was really lucky to be at one of your innovation centres recently, looking at how the fire rate was driving the D to F, and the difference that it was making by controlling the ink, controlling everything to make sure you created the product that you wanted, whether it had a harder handle or a light handle through the whites. Super important.
Yeah, definitely. So taking the software, for example, that's really enabled the market to develop, because you can now control so much of the image. As you said, you can develop the hand feel that you're looking for. You can reduce the ink. You can change so many little bits just in the software. But then other parts of the system as well. You have the shaker units, which have come a long way. You have offline cutting solutions. So it feels like the way the market's developing now is everyone's working together, aiming for the same thing. Whereas at the start of this, maybe 5-6 years ago, you had printers, then you had shakers, then you had cutters. Nothing worked in sync. Whereas now everybody seems to be working together, and that's
we need to accelerate change.
Exactly. Yeah, it's driving the industry forward.
Change. Really simple, seamless solution for a customer. They don't want headaches. They just want to take that solution and run with it as fast as they can.
Yeah, exactly.
Really. It's great. Well, Grant, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.
Thank you to everybody for tuning in.